Offering a $20,000 value but only charging people $10,000 for it, you might have a legal problem, coach. Stay tuned because in this video, we're going to dive into the legalities of those famous value statements and bonus stacks. Be sure to like and subscribe because we are in the middle of our Selling Legally series. And we just finished up our one-on-one coaching legally series, so you don't want to miss these topics. All right, any good salesperson online understands the concept of anchoring your value. And one of the biggest ways that this happens is by saying that your program actually has a value that is much higher than what the person can purchase it for. Conceptually and legally, that idea is fine, but here is where coaches and pretty much everybody else goes wrong. I want to tell you first, I recently was in 2 different coaching programs myself where the leaders who are pretty well known in the industry and have big followings were telling and instructing coaches to do things that are illegal. One of them was that the software was creating fake values just straight using artificial intelligence with no bearing whatsoever and no inputs whatsoever from the user about the actual value of the program. The other coach was specifically instructing coaches to try to come up with a series of bonuses and other inclusions in the program that are worth about 10x the price they're selling. So this meant attaching just a random and high value to a Facebook group and to individual calls and to support coaches and all of that stuff so that it would look like it was about 10 times the purchase price and it would be a total no-brainer for the client to purchase it. These are both dead wrong. You see, in 2023 and 2024, the Federal Trade Commission really started cracking down on these tactics in the coaching industry. First of all, the basic law is always that we have to be accurate, truthful, and not misleading. So unless the program really is worth 10 times what the person is paying for it, then you can't be saying that. But more specifically in the coaching industry, the FTC was concerned that people are buying into programs that really are not a fit for them. And they may be overlooking the fact that they're not a fit for them because of all of these other highly persuasive marketing methods that are used to encourage people to buy. People love a deal, and especially if you are in the health and wellness space or in the earnings space, we know that people come into these conversations compromised. They're not using their best judgment already when they make the purchasing decision because they have such high hopes and such a high desire to get the promised outcome. So when you layer that on with the fact that they're getting a deal of a lifetime, they may buy even though it's the wrong decision for them. And in that way, the marketing is misleading. So when it comes to using value stacks, I have 2 main tips for you. The first one is that if you are attaching a price to anything that's in your program, so for example, $1,500 value to have access to the Facebook group, or $1,000 value to get some type of recording or training that was given in the past, do not use that value unless you've actually sold that item as a standalone for the price that you're claiming. Otherwise, it's illegal. Now, my second tip for you is this doesn't mean that you can't explain the value of this program. It's just that, especially at first, you may need to do this without a number. So I encourage you to view the bonuses as an opportunity to help make sure people get results. I have used this example over and over again, but if you are a sales trainer who helps coaches sell more packages on their discovery calls, you might include a bonus that helps them figure out how to get more calls booked in the first place. That is a huge value because your program promise is helping them get great results once those phone calls are coming in. Now, another bonus may be what to do with the prospects who say no so that you can maximize the value of the leads you're getting even if they don't want to go into your highest level program that you sell on the phone. As you can see, these don't have a dollar value attached, but the value is inherent because your customer can understand that whatever stage of the journey they're on, you're going to help them with those bookends around the main solution that you provide. Now notice, this is very different than just promising in your marketing that you can help someone go from 0 calls to 100% conversion rate, when really all you're going to focus on in the program as a main topic is what happens exactly in the sales conversation. We don't want those soup to nuts or what I call kitchen sink programs because that's a whole other legal problem. But the idea here is that really these 2 tips for you are about creating actual value instead of just perceived value by slapping a price on it and calling it a value. Now, again, that doesn't mean that you can't use this overall if you've actually sold these separate components for those prices. Instead of saying that something is valued at, it's even more compelling to say this previously sold for X on its own. So imagine these people are now looking at something that isn't just value made up in the air, but a price that actual real customers have previously paid for this, and they are getting it as part of your program at an overall amazing bundle price. So take a look at your sales pages, take a look at your sales emails, and take a look at your sales conversation scripts if you have them to make sure that you are not accidentally, illegally leading with fake value bonus stacks that the FTC would find illegal. Now, this is not the only issue that we have on sales pages. So we are in the middle of the sales page no-nos series. And next up, we're going to talk about the way that coaches are misusing testimonials. Know for sure that you need the rest of the legal tips about your sales pages and selling scripts. Be sure to like and subscribe, and you'll be notified when the next video comes, which is all about the sneaky illegal ways that you may be using testimonials and social proof in your marketing and selling.